Hello, friends and family. Welcome back to another episode of Weekly Bazaar. I'm Montana.
I'm Jessica, or Luna.
And if you're... we should just put a / Luna-Jessica.
Yeah, might as well.
And if you're new here, welcome. We've been waiting for you.
So how's your week been? Did anything strange and unusual happen?
No. I had to think. All my days meshed together now.
It's a blur.
The New York. Oh my God, I need to go home, but I am home. Oh man. Sleep deprivation, really, you're like, it's not so bad. And then when you like deal with stuff, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, your brain is just functioning on half capacity.
Not that I could talk before, but...
Use it as an excuse now, it's fine. I won't tell anybody.
Not the New York trenches, but the newborn trenches. Tough stuff.
Yeah, shit gets real. So we've had a pretty cool week this week. Got a little shout out
to Remain Rome Return podcast.
Heyo. Christian and Damien had us on their show this week, so that was fun. We got to talk about our hometowns a little bit, and that episode will be coming out, and I think they said in a couple weeks. So we'll keep you updated if you want to pop over to their podcast and have a listen. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, they texted me the date of it when it was coming out, but I already forgot because that's not on them. That's on me. I can't remember shit these days.
It's fine. We'll keep you guys posted.
Yes, and I love how I knew you're going to go prepared into this. I told Ryan, like he was telling me all this stuff because it was just about our hometowns, and my hometown was Columbus. Her hometown is Athens. And I was like, I guarantee you she's going to come prepared. She had it on her phone. She probably went through the questions.
I sure did.
You had so much to say. I mean, there's so much to say about Athens. It's a creepy town. And they're like, okay, Columbus, Ohio. Like, what do you got? And I was like, football.
And then they were like, if there's one thing that you would tell people that they don't know about Columbus, what would it be? And you're like, don't wear Michigan stuff. I mean, you're not wrong. You can, but it's probably not going to go well.
Well, like I said, you're prepared. And Ryan this is his type of topic, you know, because he was in the atmosphere of restaurants and bars and he's caught up with everything. And so he's like, you can talk about Columbus offers this and offers that. It's so much blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I panicked. It was like, football. So
I can't believe that I left that part out for Athens. Like, I didn't say anything about how big the party scene is there, but I was kind of hyper focused on like the spooky side of things. So yeah.
It's fine. I got you covered with football.
It was still really fun, pleasantly surprising that we really got along with them so well, and they were so welcoming and it was very comfortable. So thanks, guys, if you're listening.
Yeah. And they're like, do you want me to cut this part out? You say to cut. It's funny. And I was like, it's fine. I've embarrassed myself in worse ways. You can just keep it in.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad anyway.
That's the
truth. It just kind of sounded like you were insinuating something else than you actually were, kind of.
I was not, but it just went out. It sounded wrong coming out. So go check out their podcast. Very nice, very down to earth. So
yes, just what we like. No pretentious crap. So there's one more little shout out that we want to make to ourselves.
There is.
So I don't know if you guys know or not, but we actually have a YouTube as well, and we put our videos up. We've talked about it before, and we typically we'll always make fun of ourselves because 3 people watch our episodes usually. And this last week we're up to almost 600 views on a video.
Yeah.
Which is for us huge. That's a big deal for us.
I know. People are like, seriously, 600? Get out of here.
Hey,
that's a feat.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to it's the little things right now.
Yeah,
it's for little podcasts, every little stepping stone is a milestone, in my opinion. Like, even if it doesn't seem like that to you guys, it certainly does for us. It's pretty huge. So that's cool.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
That's really cool. Congratulations to you. Like, is there something I forgot? Although I do want to kill you this week.
You do?
I do. The freaking tiptoe. It's still stuck in my goddamn head.
Yeah. I'm known for that because I am literally that friend that I sing everything. If there's a sentence that reminds me of a song, I'll sing that song and get it stuck in your head. So,
but it's still stuck in my head. And then I had to introduce Tiny Tim to Ryan because he didn't know who Tiny Tim was.
That surprises me.
I know. He's like, did you make this up? And I'm like, no, he doesn't watch creepy stuff on social media, and they use that for a lot of reels, like I told you. And he doesn't know what it is. So, like, I told him, I looked it up for him, and he watched it. And so then the other night, I hear him upstairs going, tiptoe through the window.
Yes. Mission accomplished.
It's like, now it's stuck in his head.
Love it. Singing it to the baby to put her to sleep.
I catch myself singing it to the baby. That's why I'm like, God damn it, Jessica.
Sorry, not sorry.
Anyway, before we keep... Wait. You know what song we haven't sung in a long time?
What?
I wear my sunglasses at night.
Oh, man. That goes way back to like the beginnings. Wow. That video was so creepy.
Yeah. Okay, now we can say anyway.
Anyway.
So what do you have for us today?
So it's been a week for me. I needed to take a moment to not really do deep research. So we're going to do some scary stories from Reddit today. And I haven't read any of them prior, but it looks like there are going to be some pretty good ones. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Love a good Reddit story.
Yep. And these are all supposed to be true, allegedly. True scary stories.
You didn't go to like Creepypasta or No Sleep, right? Okay. Because I think No Sleep is storytelling.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think it's like fake storytelling.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm just going to kind of go with the ones that have the most upvotes because I imagine they're the best ones. And this one really caught my attention because it's wrong turn territory.
Oh, we know you've been on that kick for a while.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah. So this one is posted by Inevitable Bed 8072. I'd like to know the story behind that name. Inevitable Bed. All right. So Inevitable Bed says, in the early 80s, my dad was a homicide detective in West Virginia.
Shit.
Recently, the old man passed away, and I was left everything he had. While I was going through the attic of his house that I now have to clean up, I came across an old tape. This tape really disturbed me. I didn't know what to make of it. What was so creepy about this is that the family it mentioned in the opening comments was an actual family. When I was about 4, I remember they had a boy who was my age. I remembered that one day he never showed up at school again. I only was able to remember this because I did some digging through my dad's files, which there are a lot of, and I was able to find an incomplete, to describe it best, case file about the murder of this family. Here is what disturbs me. It appears that my father never allowed any information of this brutal murder or anything to be released. In fact, it appears that the entire police department where this crime occurred covered this case up. I'm really scared now. I don't know what to do with this video. I have a YouTube channel that I have had for a while, and my son and I post videos on it. However, I've posted a video of this tape I found in the attic of my dad's house.
Is this sinister?
Again, this is a tape, so I recorded it off an old box TV I have. Again, I'm sorry that I have to put a link to my channel in here, but I've tried to clean it up and make it a bit less childish in order for people to see this actual video. Also, it seems like this tape was made possibly in the 90s. I haven't been able to locate the camera or actual tape that the Murderer's Manifesto video was actually recorded on. I'm looking for anybody who is, one, familiar or related to the Emery's family in the massacre from Dilley, West Virginia. Is that right, Dilley?
That's me.
I don't know. Number two, familiar with the location or home that this video was filmed in. 3, familiar with the red axe with an apparent face drawn on it in the video. I want to see this video. Heck, what kind of video is this? Familiar or recognize the doll that was torn apart in the video. I think you meant to say familiar with or recognize the doll that was torn apart in the video. We got dolls and axes involved in this story. And 5, recognize the name Devian or recall anyone with that name in the Dilley area in the early 80s. Any information about all of this is very helpful. I have a very, very bad feeling that something horrific happened on that 1983 day. I feel that because this happened in such a remote area and that the station where my dad worked was very understaffed, my guess is this case never got fully looked into as it should have. Because of that, this poor family never got any justice for what happened to them. It also appears that the killer was never identified and may still be at large. One last thing. As I previously said, I haven't been able to find the actual tape or camera that this video was made on, as this later police info tape I have now and my dad's actual notes talk about. However, my dad wrote in the file that the word or possible name Devian was written in dark ink on the walls and other furniture in the house when the family was later discovered. He also wrote that the same word Devian was written on the tape found in the house, which I believe was originally recorded as a video 8 tape. If anyone can please figure out what that means, or if it's a name or possibly some sort of clue for finding out who is responsible for this, please let me know. I have named the video Devian on my YouTube channel to identify it. I don't know what it is about this whole tape, but something about it seems sinister to me. Dun dun dun!
That's what I said. It sounds like the movie.
I've used some video software to enhance the quality a little bit, and then they give a link. I hope that someone has answers. This is a case that's screaming out for attention, which it never got.
How do you spell
And
Devian?
this was posted 7 days ago. Devian, Devian.
West Virginia?
No, they think that's the name of the person.
West Virginia?
Devian was the name of a person.
Right,
Dilley.
I know. Dilley, Virginia. West Virginia, right?
Yeah, Dille. Ooh, this sounds like something we could look into. Creepy. I was not expecting a story like that.
No, the only thing that pops up is the Reddit story about it. I mean, did she ever think that maybe her dad is involved?
It just sounds like it was more of a turn your back to the situation, act like it never happened kind of a thing. Maybe because they didn't have the staff to really investigate, which if that's the case, that's horrible.
Yeah, it just makes me think of, I never watched Sinister, but I know the premise of it. I've seen Sinister 2. Have you seen it?
No.
And it's so funny when Haunted House makes fun of the movie. Haunted House 2, I think it was.
Haven't seen it. Imagine. Ooh, that's creepy. I'm going to look into that.
Good luck. I just did a quick Google search. The only thing that popped up is a Reddit story.
I want to watch that video. Sounds spooky as shit.
Well, you keep us updated.
Will do. Ooh, this sounds good. This sounds like it might be an Aussie. I don't know. So this is by Puzzle-Headed Craft 593, and this was 7 days ago as well. I took a shortcut through the bush at 16. I think something followed me home. I've been seeing a lot of scary Reddit stories shared on TikTok and Instagram lately, and it finally made me feel brave enough to share something that happened to me when I was 16, living in my hometown in Australia.
I thought you were going to say dilly. I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, now that would be really creepy. Oops.
That scared the shit out of me. That scared me.
Silence.
Good thing we're not doing this at night.
Yeah, if it was dilly, that would be super creepy.
I'm like, all right, close the Reddit app. This is not good. These are not good synchronicities. Get off the app.
One night, I was at my boyfriend's place watching a movie, and we both fell asleep. We woke up. It was almost 11 p.m. His mom had a strict no sleepovers rule, especially for partners. He walked me to the door, said goodbye, and that was it. Looking back now, I really think that he should have offered to walk me home. I was only 16 and it was late. I agree.
Agreed. What are you doing? You should have dumped him right then and there. Okay, you're Australia. Anything could happen just from walking home. Get attacked by a huge spider for all you know.
I was
just like,
literally going to say that.
Good day.
Yeah, no thanks. I started down the street toward the bushland entrance. Going the long way around through the streets would have taken over 20 minutes, while the bush track only took about 10. I used this shortcut plenty of times before, but usually during the day and rarely alone. Nope. You wouldn't catch me in the bush track at night. I'd be going around. Nope.
Nope.
It was a moonlit night, and I remember thinking the moon was unusually bright. Honestly, one of the most beautiful I'd ever seen. The light filtered through the trees, so the bush wasn't in total darkness, which made me feel a bit better about not tripping. All I can think about is pubes.
That's what I was thinking the whole time.
Because I'm 12, and I can't rise above. I have to go there with my immature ass mind. Anyway, the moonlight was shining brightly on the can't take us anywhere. A steady breeze moved through the leaves.
Where it pushes the bush apart.
Oh, God. It was late September, and that kind of cool, windy night is pretty typical for an Australian spring. I like the way this person tells a story. They're a good storyteller.
So we ruin it.
Sorry. It was just over halfway down the dirt road when I noticed something strange. The breeze was still blowing. I could see the trees moving. Why? What am I even laughing at? Nothing. But everything.
Good description?
Okay, let me start this over because she deserves a better storytelling from this. She's a good writer. The breeze was still blowing. I could see the trees moving, but everything had gone completely silent. No insects, no rustling, no distant traffic, nothing. It was the kind of silence where you could hear a pin drop. Ooh.
No.
Yeah, that's when you know something's up. God. That reminds me of I don't know if it was an Unsolved Mysteries or what, but something like that happened in Ohio. It was, what is that town north of us? Lima, Ohio. That happened. And she described it exactly like that. There was this chick, she was out in the woods and she was hunting in a deer stand thing where you go up in the tree and sit there and wait for a deer to come by so you can shoot it. Like, how awesome is that? But anyway.
Already don't like her.
Yeah, we're very sensitive about animals. No offense to hunters and stuff. We have big hearts when it comes to animals. But she said she was just sitting there and everything went silent like that. And then she could see like not really an apparition, but it just looked like almost a glitch in the Matrix kind of thing. Like you could see it, but you almost couldn't see it moving through the trees. It just looked like a glitch that was moving. And they tried to reenact it based on how she described it. And she said once it was gone, everything started making noise again. The birds started chirping again. Like, ooh,
Bigfoot?
So creepy.
Bigfoot.
No, it wasn't a solid thing. It was almost like you were looking through water, but it was moving through the trees.
Alien. It's probably alien.
Yeah, it was probably concealing itself.
Maybe it was Predator. When Predator has its invisible shield thing on, but you can still see it though, glitching through when it's moving.
Yes, that's what it looked like. Looked like something like that.
Why is it unsolved mystery? We solved it in 2 seconds.
We're really good at that, you know.
Yeah, it was Predator. You're lucky you're alive.
We need to start a second channel where we solve mysteries.
Give us a mystery, we'll solve it less than 10 seconds or 10 minutes.
Patreon?
10 seconds. Patreon.com/weeklybazar.
All right. So, yes, everything went silent. You could hear a pin drop. I felt uneasy, but I kept walking. A few moments later, a heavy sinking feeling hit my gut so hard that I stopped dead in my tracks. I just stood there, staring straight ahead, when a sharp chill ran up my spine. It's hard to explain, but my body was screaming at me to run, while my brain was telling me to turn around. That's exactly what happened to me, my alien story. That's exactly how it felt. Like when it was like telling me to go into the room, but I didn't want to go into the room. That same feeling.
Well, usually the no noise is alien.
Yeah.
A lot of people associate no noise with aliens, I should say.
To this day, I wish I had just run, but my curiosity got the better of me. Slowly, with my breathing getting heavier, I turned my head. Ugh. Standing meters behind me on the path was a tall, thin, dark figure. It didn't look like a normal shadow. It had shape, presence, and the only thing I could make out clearly were its eyes, glowing and locked directly onto me. My body instantly went into full fight or flight mode. I was turned and sprinted down the dirt road toward my house. I wasn't thinking about anything except getting back to my street, somewhere visible, somewhere safer, somewhere human. This person's really good at writing. I don't even remember my feet hitting the ground. It felt like I flew. I jumped my back fence, rushed to my bedroom window, slid it open, and climbed inside. Why? Was she sneaking out and had to sneak back in? Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe it was just like the closest access point and she was freaking the hell out and just wanted to get inside.
Which makes it creepier that someone could just do the same thing.
Yeah.
If you could do it that easy.
True. That was the first time I stopped running. I turned to look behind me. There was nothing in the yard, nothing on the street, but I could still feel it. That horrible sensation of being watched, like when someone's stare lingers a little too long. I barely slept that night. I only drifted off when the sky started to lighten. I thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. The bedroom I was in had originally been my older sister's. She'd moved to the front of the house for more space, and I took her old room. The window in that room never properly closed, which explains why she was able to get in it that fast. I later found out it was because she used to sneak out at night and had damaged the latch so it could be opened from the outside. That's how I got in so quickly that night. Thank you for clarifying.
I was like, girl, what are you doing?
Yeah. A few nights later, I was asleep when I suddenly felt the energy of the room change. I jolted awake instantly, like my body sensed something before my brain did. My window was slightly open. I knew I had shut it. I was still shaken from the other night, and I had double-checked it before bed. I got up slowly, walked over, and pushed it closed without even looking outside. I didn't want to see anything. I just wanted to pretend it wasn't happening. After that, the nightmares started. I kept dreaming that my window was opening while I slept and that someone or something was trying to get in. The dreams were so vivid and frequent that I could barely sleep at night. Eventually, I could only get proper rest during the day. After a couple of weeks, I was desperate. I came up with an idea. If the window could slide open from the outside, I'd jam it. I found a piece of wood the right size and wedged it along the window track so it physically couldn't move. I had my brother test it from outside. It wouldn't budge. After that, the window never opened again. But I never walked through that bushland ever again either. Not alone, not with friends, not even in daylight. I didn't want to tempt anything. Over the years, I've only told the story to a handful of people. One of them was my best friend and his partner, who is Aboriginal. When I described the figure I saw, the look on his face genuinely scared me. He told me he believed I might have encountered a Mokoi, M-O-K-O-I, Mokoi, in some Yolngu beliefs, Yolngu, Yolngu. That's an interesting word. In some Yolngu beliefs from Arnhem Land, a Mokoi is a malevolent spirit associated with death, illness, and misfortune. It's said to lurk in dense bushland at night. They're known to be stealthy, fast, and often invisible, which made him say it was unusual that I saw it at all. Anytime anything moves quickly like that, it's just 10 times scarier to me. I hate it. Anyway, he also said something that stayed with me ever since, that the darkness connected to a Mokoi can follow a person long after the encounter, if they manage to escape. The way he said "if" made my stomach drop. I'm 30 now. I live an hour away from my hometown with my partner and our 2 dogs. But every now and then, I still have that nightmare. I'm back in that bedroom, it's dark, the windows start to slide open, and I hear the soft thud of wood hitting the frame and something tries to force its way inside. Even now, sometimes when I'm alone and it's dark, I feel that same shift in the air, that same heavy, watchful presence. I don't know if it's just my brain replaying old fear, or if something from that night in the bush is still trying to find a way in.
I blame the boyfriend in this whole thing.
Yeah.
He just walked her home.
I want to know what a Mokoi is. I want to know more about these Mokoi. That sounds cool. I mean, in a creepy ass way, but
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, I haven't either. Oh, this one sounds good because I can relate from back in the day when I used to sneak out and smoke.
I'm so happy you don't smoke anymore.
Oh, yeah, me too. All right, so this post is written by Tall Dog Themaine. Sneaking out to smoke turned into a nightmare. I will say, though, if smoking wasn't bad for you, I'd be a chain smoker.
I'm surprised you don't vape.
I tried that when I was quitting smoking, and it was almost harsher on my throat and stuff than a cigarette was, so I couldn't do it. I just quit cold turkey.
Maybe that's good.
Yeah, but it, destroyed my singing voice when I was... That's one of the big reasons I quit smoking, because I couldn't sing anymore. And I didn't even smoke that long. I was a smoker off and on throughout my life, but I never... When I was super young, I smoked the longest probably, but in my older years, if I would ever start smoking again, it would only be for a year or so, and then I'd quit again. But I don't know. I just can't handle it. It's a good thing. Okay, so sneaking out to smoke turned into a nightmare. I've gone back and forth for years about posting this. I know how it sounds, and I know what people are going to say. I'm not claiming to know exactly what it was. We didn't either. But I'm posting this now because I still live in South Carolina. And every once in a while, something happens that reminds me of that night. This happened when I was 17, right outside Rock Hill, South Carolina, not far from Winthrop. If you know the area, you know how fast the city drops off into the woods, riverland, and places people don't really go unless they grew up there. There were 5 of us. Me, Tyler, Jess, Mark, and Evan. That's weird. My dad's name is Mark and my cousin's name is Evan.
And you're Jess.
No Tylers, though. No Tylers in my family, but a Kyler. It was late spring, warm enough to be sticky, but not full summer yet. Ugh. I hate that kind of humidity. Sticky, hot.
Muggy.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't even get us started on Florida.
Wasn't that post funny that I sent?
Yeah, it was good timing, too. That humid South Carolina air where everything smells like wet dirt and pine needles. That sounds lovely. I like the smell of pine needles, maybe not dirt. Tyler had just gotten his license a few months earlier, and his parents were out of town. Classic setup. None of us were bad kids, but we were bored, restless, and convinced nothing bad ever really happens to people our age. Someone, probably Mark, suggested we go smoke in the woods near the old access trail by the Catawba River. Not on the reservation itself, just land near it. Locals used it for fishing sometimes, and there were trails that went way deeper than most people realized. We weren't planning to camp, just go in far enough that no one could smell it, hang out, laugh, and head back before midnight. That was the plan. Tyler parked his car on the side of a gravel pull-off that didn't have a sign anymore. We grabbed backpacks, flashlights, and a speaker we never ended up using. The woods swallowed sound fast anyway. About 10 minutes in, Jess joked that it felt like we were trespassing somewhere we shouldn't be. Sounds about right.
Typical Virgo.
Tyler laughed and said, "Relax. Worst thing out here is raccoons." I wish it had been raccoons. The trail narrowed after about half a mile. It wasn't maintained, just flattened earth from people walking over the years. The deeper we went, the quieter it got. No road noise, no bugs chirping like usual. Interesting. That should have been our first red flag, but none of us really clocked it at the time. We finally stopped in a little clearing. Trees all around, moonlight barely cutting through. Tyler rolled while Mark and Evan messed with the flashlight, shining it into the woods like idiots. Also, they're smoking weed. Gotcha. That's when Jess froze. She whispered, "Do y'all hear that?" We all stopped talking. At first, it was just wind. Then I realized it wasn't steady. It came in short bursts, like breathing. Ooh. But too slow, too deliberate. From somewhere past the trees. Mark shined the flashlight in that direction. Nothing. Then we heard footsteps. Not heavy ones, not running, just slow, crunching leaves. One step, pause. Another step, pause. Ugh. Tyler called out, "Hello?" Would that be you? Hello? Hello?
No, because remember,
Bear?
Yeah. My flight or fright. Oh my god. My flight or fright. So my
I like
flight
that
or
better.
Fright, yeah. It should be flight or fright. I freeze. Listen, okay, let's talk about bears for a minute, okay? Listen, Linda.
Bears.
Watched a movie the other night called like Grizzly Night, I think it was, because I listened to a podcast on what they made a movie of when a bear attack happened in Montana, like in the 1980s, and it was 2 people were killed that night.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because the cabin, or I can't think of what it's called, but basically you can where people stay, they do like bed and breakfast, you can go out hiking, all that stuff. They were feeding the bears. So don't feed the bears.
Don't feed wildlife.
The bears would fight each other over the food. So they were becoming aggressive, and then they were also associating people with food. So the bear, basically, they haven't determined if it was the bear that killed the 2 people, because the distance were like 9 miles apart, or it was two different bears. If it's two different bears, that's worse. Because bears don't really attack people unless, threatened or they're hungry or there's something wrong with them. So, two people were killed because they were feeding the bears. And like I said, the bears were attacking each other for over the food. So they went to these people's campsites and they were going through their campsites. And they pulled two women from their own sleeping bags. They pulled them and they killed them. This is why I don't like bears and I'm terrified of bears. Like, do not mess with bears. Do not get close to take pictures. Do not feed them.
Where was this?
In Montana. It was Glacier National Park.
Oh my gosh.
And there was a bear attack prior to that, but they're like, this rarely happens. And it's unfortunate it happened, but it doesn't happen often. And then like a week later, two women were killed.
Jeez, that's terrible.
And the worst part of this story is they just went out shooting bears for no reason. So a lot of innocent bears died. They were shooting the cubs. It's horrible.
Oh, yeah, all because of human stupidity.
Yeah, and I had to turn the movie off because I didn't want to see them actually shooting the bears, even though it's a movie. But they used real bears, you can tell. And then they had little cubs with them. And I was like, I can't watch this if they shoot them, even if it's not real. I made Ryan turn it off. So that's my PSA about bears. And then I read a Daily Mail article that there was in China a snow leopard that was seen multiple times, like through people skiing, and one girl got close to it because she wanted a picture of it, and so she took like a selfie with it, not that far from her.
Oh my gosh!
And then she got attacked. I'm like, what did you expect was going to happen? You don't approach wildlife.
No, let it be.
And then they'll probably go kill the snow leopard.
Probably. So. Yeah. Yeah, these animals are running out of places to roam. You've got to have some respect for them and let them, they have nowhere to go. But you do not want to be feeding them and making them feel like they can come and just take whatever they want like that. It's so dangerous. Like with any animals, you don't want to do that. Even if it's not going to end up being dangerous, it's going to end up being a problem, a big problem. And guess who's going to pay for it? The animals. Poor things.
I know. That's my rant for today. Just can't.
We can step back down off of our soapboxes now.
Just leave wildlife alone. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, be kind to animals. So Tyler called out hello. And something actually answered.
Hello from the other side.
Hello from the other side. It sounded like a person trying to sound human. It sounded like a person trying to sound human. Hey.
Is that what he wrote? It sounded like a person trying to sound...
Yeah. He said it sounded like a person trying to sound human, but we all understand he probably means sound like something.
Right.
Trying to sound human. Hey, it said.
Ew.
I can still hear it. Ew. If it sounded like any kind of like ghosty, I can't talk.
Are you hearing like a ukulele?
If it sounded ghost-like, it was like, hey. Ew.
If you hear a ukulele, steps. Run. Yeah. If you hear it, run. Instead of banjo, a ukulele, run.
Oh. Oh my God. Could you imagine though if we were in the middle of the woods at night and that started happening?
No.
I would be running so fucking fast. Oh my God.
That's where I'll be.
Hey, I can still hear it. The voice wasn't distorted or deep or monster-like. That's what made it worse. It was flat, empty, like someone repeating a word they'd heard without understanding it. Ew. Hey. Jess grabbed my arm. Hey. Hey. Like, how would that sound? Saying hey, but not understanding it.
Hey, I don't know.
Hey. What's that from?
No
I don't know.
idea.
Michelle, if you're listening to this episode, I know you know what that's from. I don't remember. Hey. I can still hear it. Oh, wait. No.
I wish they did a voice recording of it. They could just click on and listen to the story so you get like a general idea.
Yeah. Because they probably have it burned into their brain what it sounded like.
Oh, yeah.
So Jess grabbed my arm hard enough to hurt. Evan whispered, "That's not funny." "Hey," it said again, closer this time. "Ew." Mark laughed nervously and said, "Probably some dude messing with us." Then the flashlight beam caught movement. Something tall stepped between two trees, just far enough that the light didn't fully hit it. I remember thinking it was wearing a hoodie until it moved its head. It tilted wrong. The smell hit us next. Wet fur, rot. That coppery smell you get when you cut your hand. Tyler said, "We're leaving." None of us argued. We started walking back fast, not running yet. The footsteps followed. Always just far enough behind that we couldn't see it clearly, but close enough that we could hear it stop when we stopped. Ugh. At one point, yes. At one point it laughed. Oh no. Not a real laugh, just a broken sound, like someone had heard laughter once and tried to recreate it. Then, yeah, definitely sounds like it. Then it said my name. I had never told anyone outside that group my full name. Not online, not loud, not ever out there.
I got chills.
I stopped dead. Jess screamed at me to keep moving, and that snapped me out of it. We ran. "Jess, you sound like me." I'd be that one in the group.
You'd be frozen.
I'd be like, "Bitch, get your move. Go." Branches whipped at our faces. Someone fell. Mark, I think.
Well, leave him. He's the one that brought you there. Just leave Mark.
That sucks, Mark. Why did it have to be you, Mark?
Leave him.
I would go back and get whoever falls. And then I'd probably be the one to get chopped up. Branches whipped at our faces. Someone fell. Mark, I think. And something crashed through the woods behind us like it suddenly didn't care about being quiet anymore. That's when it started changing. I know how that sounds. I don't have a better word. Its footsteps got heavier, faster, then lighter again. At one point, it sounded like it was running on 2 legs, then 4. Oh, hell no.
Oh, God. No.
Evan
Leave Mark as bait.
Evan tripped and I turned back without thinking. My flashlight caught it fully for maybe half a second. It looked like a deer that had been stretched wrong. Too tall, too thin. Its eyes reflected white, not yellow like animals usually do. And its mouth was smiling, but not at the right angle. It spoke again in Jess's voice. "Wait."
Ew.
That broke something in all of us. We didn't stop running until we saw the gravel pull off. Tyler fumbled his keys so bad he dropped them twice. Ain't that a bitch? How that happens when you're scared. The woods went dead silent the second we crossed that invisible line between trees and open space. The thing didn't follow us out. It stood just inside the tree line, watching. Ooh, like it's tied to that place, like it can't leave it. That's creepy.
They usually don't, I don't think. We don't know what it is, but...
Yeah. Ooh. We peeled out of there and didn't talk until we were halfway back into town. Streetlights everywhere. None of us smoked that night. We never went back. Here's the part that still messes with me. The next morning, Tyler found muddy footprints around his car. Bare feet, too long, like someone had dragged their toes. And for weeks after that, we'd get texts from unknown numbers just saying things like, hey, or come back, or why did you run?
Ew.
What the hell? We changed numbers eventually. I've heard people call things like that skinwalkers. I know that term gets thrown around and it's tied to cultures I don't want to disrespect. I'm not saying that's what it was. I'm saying something was out there. And I think it learned us. If people want more, I'm not the only one from that night with stories. Some of us still won't talk about what happened after. Just don't go looking for it. It already knows where you are. Dun, dun, dun. No, thank you. No,
Yeah,
thank you.
my thought was mimic or SWs. They're very similar, and it probably just depends on what culture you're from too.
Yeah.
But I know that maybe it's the same with SWs. I don't know, but with mimics, they copy your words. That's why they sound so distorted, like not human-like, because it doesn't understand, so it has to just say what you said. So when they hear you say like Tyler, they'll be like Tyler, you know?
That is so creepy.
I know.
Ugh.
I'm really surprised that you haven't done, I hate saying the name, but Skinwalker Ranch.
That's funny you say that because I was just looking at a video the other day about that. Stephanie Harlow did that years ago. And I don't know what I saw it on the other day, but it made me think of that. And I don't even think I watched her episode on it. So I don't really know the story there.
There's so much.
Is it something about like the cattle were being
so much
butchered or something?
Even more than that. Like there's so many. It's so creepy.
Maybe I'll do that one in the future.
There's so much to it.
So I think I'll end on this one. It's a little short, but it says it's terrifying. So let's get scared. And if it's not, then I'll do another one. So this is written by scary_you. Scariest moment of my life. Long story. It was late night, about 10 or 9 p.m. I got in the car with 4 other girls and 3 guys. Let's call them Kylie, Leslie, Sari.
You gave me the Kardashians?
Let's call them Kylie, Leslie, Sarah, and Maria. And let's call the guys Noah, Alex, and Sammy. That's a lot of people in one car. That had to be so squished up and tight. It sounds uncomfortable. I used to do that all the time when I was a kid, though. Anyway, we were on our way to Gainesville just for fun, photos, and a night away from home.
So Florida. Got it. Got it.
We got to Gainesville about 2 hours later, around 11:30 or 12. We took photos at a basketball court and then headed to the nice hotel about 7 or 8 stories tall. Across the street was a small Wawa. What is that?
Is that like a grocery store?
WAWA. Wawa.
It's a grocery store. I'm going to look it up. So
Weird.
Hold on. Let me look it up. So
Yeah, look it up. A Wawa.
I want to know for myself. It says, so I typed in Wawa, Gainesville, Florida, and it's a fast food.
Oh.
Why did I not? I feel like I knew this. I saw. I
Wawa.
don't know, because it looks like a grocery store to me. Does that not look like a grocery store? You can't see
I can't really see it.
All right,
no.
Gas station.
That's what I would have guessed, like a gas station, a quick stop or something.
Well, it's saying fast food, so maybe it's a gas station, kind of like a Sheetz that we have here.
Oh, yeah.
Man, terrifying story. I can't even determine what a Wawa is. Yeah, I'm going to guess it's like a gas station that has fast food and stuff. It's a gas station. Okay, it's a gas station. So it's like a, it's like a Sheetz to us. Got it.
Okay.
Wow.
So the Wawa was across the street, and we were next to the highway with a bridge road highway crossing over the intersection. Next to the intersection, a forest-type landscape, lots of trees. We went inside, got settled in, and then ended up going back out to the parking lot to smoke, and everyone was drinking except for me. Little did I know the scariest moment of my life was about to occur. Everyone was in the parking lot except Sammy. We all were smoking, some drinking, until Leslie started getting scared and walking in a fast pace away from the group. All the girls say she was just trying to play around or she was tripping. I was the only one. Girl, you tripping. I was the only one who followed her to make sure she was all right. I followed her behind 2 cars from the group that sat on the back of our vehicle we arrived in. As I followed her, she got more scared, almost as if she was going to cry. She said, "It's coming." My heart dropped and I was confused as I tried to calm her down, asking her what was coming. She got more upset, continuing to say, "It's coming, bro." Not even a few seconds after she said it, the second time, we hear a deafening scream. The scream did not sound human or animal. It made my heart drop to where something just told me it wasn't a human or a regular animal. Weirdest part of the situation is, I jogged up to the group and they weren't fazed. I asked everyone, "Did you not just hear that?" They didn't, which is impossible not to hear. It was deafening how loud the scream was. Me and Leslie ran into the hotel from the parking lot and even asked the front desk. This was something you would hear from the inside of the hotel as well. They did not hear it. We looked almost crazy, as if we were on some type of drugs. We said never mind and went up to the hotel room, and we both were speechless, wondering how nobody else heard it but us, having no idea what was going on or what it was. We entered our hotel room and tried to explain to Sammy what we heard. We looked even more crazy to him. He said maybe we should go to sleep or something. We glanced out the window toward the scream we heard. We seen many police vehicles and even SWAT heading in that direction, but no sirens or lights, which made the situation even more eerie. Till this day, I will never understand or know what that thing really was and what she meant by it was coming. I just hope it never happens again and I could find some type of answer to what it was that night. I haven't spoken to them since then. I was thinking of reaching out to her to ask her what she remembers.
I don't understand why you wouldn't have just asked her that night or the next day, like, what did you mean by that?
Yeah. And like, did she not have any recollection of saying that? That's weird.
That wasn't super scary.
No, it definitely wasn't terrifying.
For all you ASMR people, I'm opening my energy drink. That's a good one. Also, I would love to be sponsored by Alani because all I drink is Alani drinks. And their new flavor, the cherry bomb, is so good.
Ew.
Come on, Alani. Let's go. Sponsor me. You don't like energy drinks or you just don't like cherry bomb?
I don't like energy drinks and I don't like cherry flavored drinks. I don't like flavored drinks in general, I guess.
Okay, vampire. So I love the cherry stuff. I don't like the actual, what do you call them? Maracchinos? What do you call those cherries? Like the cocktail ones? I don't like those at all.
Oh, I don't either. Those are nasty. I like the ones with the seeds or the pits. Those are good.
The fruit, yeah.
But I've heard that if you eat too many of those, they give you the shits. So be careful.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, this one has a lot of up votes, so hopefully it's a good one. And this is by Competition Quick. My dad and aunt had a really weird experience as kids, and no one can explain it. First of all, sorry for my English. It's not my first language. Mine either. Just going to say that from now on.
It's mine, but I still can't talk English, so.
I grew up in a very religious family. My grandfather on my dad's side was a pastor, so nobody in my family believes in aliens, ghosts, or anything paranormal. That said, my dad and aunt have a story that no one has ever been able to explain. According to my dad, in 1978, when he was about 6 years old and my aunt was 3, they were alone in the living room one afternoon while my grandmother was in the backyard washing clothes. Suddenly, my aunt saw something through the window and screamed. My dad looked and saw something that looked like a man in the garden. My dad was lying on the couch and realized he couldn't move. My aunt was also terrified and unable to move. My dad describes the feeling as if he was floating. The thing started getting closer by jumping. It jumped over the wall, then over the gate, and then over the low wall of the porch, ending up right in front of the house. That sounds terrifying.
I don't like that.
Both of them felt like the man was speaking directly inside their heads, but neither of them remembers what was said. When it reached the window, it jumped high onto the roof. Only then were they able to move again. They ran outside and saw the man standing on the roof, looking at them, still speaking, something they don't remember. Then it seemed to slide backward and suddenly disappeared. The whole thing lasted maybe 2 or 3 minutes. After it vanished, my aunt started crying and had even wet herself from fear. My dad ran to get my grandmother, but she said she hadn't seen anything. When my grandmother asked my aunt what had happened, my aunt said she had seen God.
Honey, that ain't God.
No. According to my dad, it was a humanoid being, short and thin, with a head that was too big for its body, so a mongo. It had very large eyes, about the size of saucers, with pupils and no eyelids. It had holes where the nose should be and a mouth with no lips. Sounds like an alien. Like a gray.
Come the men in black.
It was wearing a tight suit. What? A tight suit that went all the way up to its neck, kind of like a diving suit, metallic and purple. And skin tone was almost the same as the suit. My dad is colorblind, so he isn't sure about the color, but he's 100% certain it was not green or gray. During the entire experience, there was a constant sound that both my dad and my aunt described as a deep buzzing like cicadas.
Alien.
When the being spoke, they felt a copper taste in their mouths. After that day, my dad says there were other moments in his life when he felt like he was floating again, but without seeing the being. Of course, my grandfather said they were just imagining things, and the family brushed it off. But something clearly happened that day, and it's never been explained. Interestingly, around the same time, there was an official investigation happening here in Brazil into UFO sightings, known as Operatio Preto. Does anyone have any idea what this could have been? Alien. Absolutely alien. When I was first thinking about it, I was thinking, wasn't there a kind of a thing kind of like El Cuco that was a Brazilian folklore type thing that would be on the roof? And it was kind of like a shapeshifter type thing.
This is where you have to ask your friend. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'll have to ask her about that because when it went on the roof, it made me think of that. Like, I know there were certain, maybe it wasn't even Brazil, I don't know, but when I did the Boogeyman episode, there was something kind of like that would dwell on rooftops. That would be terrifying. Something hopping or jumping. No, thank you.
Do you remember Signs?
Yes.
Did you watch that movie?
Oh, it scared the shit out of me.
Well, it's funny because the one scene when they catch the alien on the news, it's like a big meme now, the thing that has haunted like millennials, yeah, has scarred millennials. That. Like their whole entire lives is from that one scene. So that's what I'm picturing is what they saw that. The one scene, it scarred them for life. Also, English is not your first language. That was good.
Yeah, that was really good.
Creepy.
Well done. Well done.
And one of your alien stories you talked about back in the day, did you have the 3 lights? Like a triangle?
I wouldn't say it was like a triangle per se. It was more like they were in a straight line, but the center light was bigger than the outer 2 lights.
Oh, okay.
But no, I can't recall anything being in a triangular shape.
Yeah, because I know some people were describing it, like the lights, the three lights, and made me think of you, but I couldn't remember if yours was a triangle shape or not. Mm-hmm.
The first one I saw was one light. Just one solid light. But again, it was a lot higher up in the sky, I think, than the other one. Because the second time it was like over my uncle's barn. So it was a lot lower in the sky. So that could be why it just looked like one light to me. The first one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but oh my gosh, I don't even know if I've talked about this, and I don't even know if they were actual nightmares or not. But after that happened, like I would be trying to fall asleep and all I could see was some alien, kind of like the one from Signs, running through the woods outside my house, outside my grandma's house. Like that's all I could picture. And I don't know if I was actually just dreaming it or like kind of those waking dreams where you're just scaring the shit out of yourself. I'm not sure, but I could see it plain as day, like just going through the trees in the woods behind my house. Not okay. And that happened for years. And then finally, I ended up moving away from there. But there is something not right around my grandma's house. Like it's a little hub for that kind of activity, I'm telling you. It's terrifying.
I have no doubt. Has anything ever happened to her? Has she ever talked about it?
Not that I can recall. No, I'll have to ask her. No, but something has happened to my uncle, but it was more supernatural than paranormal or than alien stuff.
I was just curious, when your family gets together, does anyone ever talk about they feel the same way? Like it's a hub of stuff? Or is it just something you guys don't really talk about? Because a lot of family members haven't experienced stuff.
Yeah, I think if I brought the situation up, probably more so my cousins would chime in on it than the older people. And again, a lot of my family is super religious, so that kind of has an effect on things too. But my uncle for sure would probably chime in on it. My dad, I mean, he's like the world's biggest conspiracy theorist, so I'm sure he's got things to talk about. And my uncle, I don't know how old the house is that he has, and this is kind of cool. He'd actually be a cool one to have on and chit chat about his ghost story. Like the house that he has is at least, I believe, at least as old as yours. But the weird thing about it is it was in the country. It was just a cabin, and he actually had it moved from its original location to where it is now, and then he built on it. So
that's my house too.
So there's just like one section of the house that is original, and then he put add-ons, like put a basement and then added a whole nother wing and a kitchen and all that. But that's the house where he saw something standing in like the doorway or the hallway or something like that. And I think he ended up, it made him throw up or something like that. I don't really know the story well, but so yeah, and that he lives right next door to my grandma. So it's just it's a weird vibe. And really thinking back to how much I spent time in those woods and wasn't afraid as a child. I don't know how, because there's something weird.
Yeah, you got to take me there sometime.
I definitely do. Yeah, and there's even on my uncle's property, not the same uncle, like all my family kind of lives in that area. And if you cut down through the woods, you can get to my other uncle's property, my grandma's brother, who sadly has passed away. But he has acres and acres, and he actually had made a golf course on his property. Oh, wow. So it was actually really cool because it was in the woods. And we would all, like if I was playing with my cousin, we'd always be just out in the woods down there. And there was an underground tunnel that it looked like it used to be a railway. And for the longest time, there was even an arch that had, I forget what it said. It was something about that area's railway or something. But then it ended up collapsing in. But there's just so much cool shit going on down there. Creepy, cool shit. So yeah, we'll have to take a trip and we should document it. Like we should go to the ridges. We should go just around the creepy places around my grandma's property. Would be cool.
Yeah, I've been to the ridges. I didn't break in like you did.
Oh, you have been to the ridges?
Yeah, because I know what park you're talking about, where you're talking about your family reunion. Because Ryan, he went to Athens, and he showed me around the city and like the campus and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't get to see it like you did. I feel like, because they probably have more security where you can't break in as easy as you could back in the day.
And they've probably restored a lot more of it since then too.
True.
So there aren't as many old parts like there used to be.
True.
Because the university has moved in there, and they, I think, are slowly renovating as they need the space, which is really cool.
Maybe that's what it is. I was going to say, as a kid, when you do that type of you go out in the woods and do that stuff, I feel like as a kid, it's an adventure, so you don't think about the creepy factors. As you're adult, you're like, yeah, this is a horror movie just waiting to happen. Or I'm going to be like on a true crime podcast one day.
Yeah.
Because I disappeared. But
yeah,
adulting sucks.
It does. It really takes the magic out of shit. But I will say, like, when we broke in, I can't even believe we did that. Like, I can't believe that we had the courage to do it, because I don't even know how old we were. I mean, we were old enough to have the brains to get in and get out, but it was so funny when we got scared after we heard whatever that was coming down the hallway when we were inside. Oh my gosh, it was so creepy. And we were like scrambling to get back out, but we had to drop down from the outside. So we were like had to climb back up and get out of the window. And of course, it was just like a movie. We're all scrambling out, and my cousin Susan is the last one out, and her shoe fell off and dropped down back into the place. So she had to go back in and get it. And like, this is what movies are made of right here. You can't make this shit up. It was so funny. But
that's what I'm talking about. It's a horror movie. We're going to end up on a true crime podcast and be like, these girls.
Yeah, I wish that we could have gotten at least photos of the shit down in there, because that was such a creepy room. And the fact that it was in the basement, it was probably where they were doing lobotomies and stuff, because they did lobotomies there. I'm going to do a whole episode on the ridges and like the history of those type of asylums, because there were only so many that were allowed to perform those types of things, and one happens to be in Athens. So yeah, I want to do a whole episode on that. And I didn't even get to talk about half the shit that I wanted to on their Christian and Damien's podcast. So yeah, I feel like it deserves its own episode.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So stay tuned.
Well, I guess that's it, right? Yeah, it's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Well, guys, we appreciate and still love all the support you've been showing us. It's been wonderful. Love to see our social medias climb, which you can follow us on all the social medias at Weekly Bizarre Podcast. You can join us on Patreon at patreon.com/weeklybizarre. We've actually been talking about some new stuff we're going to throw on there, so wait for that. It's only $5 a month, and it does support us, and we truly appreciate it. And if you don't want to join, that's fine, but you can help us by just following us on our podcasts on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. You can leave us a review, would be wonderful.
Leave us a like.
A nice
Likes
review.
go a long way.
They do. And unfortunately, that's our life now. That's how social media works, right? And you can email us at weeklybizarrepodcast@gmail.com if you got stories, a topic, if you just want to say hi and how pretty Jessica is.
Oh, thanks, Bill.
And how she should do a cover of Tiny Tim's Tiptoe.
To be continued. I'm actually really considering doing that. Because I don't know, a lot of you probably haven't even heard my music. It's on a couple of our older episodes, but just a couple of them. And I tend to go very dark and spooky with my covers. So that would be like the perfect one to do.
I know.
I'm actually pretty excited about that one.
Yay, I'm so excited. I can just picture just a dark theme. I can't even do it. I'm not going to try. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. That's so exciting. Do you see how excited I got?
Yeah, like a little schoolgirl.
I even told Ryan, I was like, she needs to do a really dark version of this. And he was like, that's Jessica right there. Like, basically was like, yeah.
Yes.
Right up her alley.
Yeah, the only thing that's holding me back is I used to use Audacity, which is really not great for, I mean, it's a beginner friendly way to make music, but it's really not the best. And so Tony got me a better program, and I've just been dragging my feet to learn it, but I just need to, and I need a new computer too. So I think it would run better on a newer computer. But those are really the only reasons that I haven't been making some more music, but stay tuned.
If I had your talent, though, for real, I would be doing so much with it. I'm so jealous. I really am. I'm so jealous of you.
Well, you're my motivation. You just be the fire under my ass to get me into gear.
I try, but you're just like, leave me alone, woman. Hey, they always say, just stay consistent and just keep posting it. That's what everyone says, right? Just post the stuff.
Yep.
So I'm going to keep pushing you.
Well, I appreciate it. I need pushed sometimes.
That's all right. That's what I'm here for. Be a pain in the ass. Let me tell you. And real quick, just another shout out to Remain Rome Return podcast. Go check them out. We are going to have them on our podcast in a couple weeks.
Yes. Very excited about that. They've got some spooky shit to talk about, so that's going to be fun.
They do. And I'm actually excited. Yeah, I'm excited to have them on our podcast, and they're fun.
They are.
So did I hit it all? Did I get it all?
You did it. You did great.
You did done good. Okay.
You done good.
If it's weird,
we're going to talk about it. Bye. The wind between my bush.